Well, let's get the ball rolling. The first thing that I'll do, though, is ask you this week's trivia question just to test your knowledge. And I want to know from you, when was the last time that Morocco hosted the Africa Cup of Nations? Be sure to send through those answers. At the end of the show, myself and Jessica Bokamo-Sonkomo will reveal the answer to you. So fastest fingers first, send through the right answer. Call a friend if you have to. Just use the hashtag. The only one that matters, though, it's hashtag Fut-Afrique. Now, Adelani does join me in studio and we get to kickstart this week's conversations. One of the biggest things that we get to celebrate, because you know I love me a little celebration, we get to celebrate with Raja Casablanca. I thought you would come with a bottle of something because Raja Casablanca celebrating is just like South Africa celebrating.
Yeah, I could see you dressed for the party already.
Do you understand? I'm in a little tuxedo.
Yeah. You're looking like your model for Ben Sherman already.
Always have, always will.
Yes, Raja Casablanca. I'm so happy for them. They're reminding me of that team between 1995 and 2001 that won 6 straight titles in a row.
Yeah, they get to join their illustrious list of teams such as ASEC Mimosa, Esperance de Tunis, Al Ahly. If you want to go international, Arsenal, those are the teams that have finished seasons invincible. And here they are, engraving their names into that list of history.
Mamelodi Sundown fans have just turned off the team.
It was one of the goals that Coach Rulani Mokwena wanted, right?
Yes.
And I guess they get to try again next year. They've come so close, though.
That's right. It's football heaven when a team finishes unbeaten. Raja Casablanca, what's special about them is that they finished the previous season 5th, but now this season they turned it around beautifully. They finished 20 points ahead of RS Berkane. They finished 28 points ahead of Wydad Casablanca. Trust me, Wydad Casablanca, they're going to be back because you don't go to a 2022 CAF Champions League final and the 2023 CAF Champions League final back-to-back, despite the chaos happening in the club, and do it. So they will be back. But the focus is on Raja Casablanca. Yeah. What an achievement. And I'm extremely happy for them.
Invincible, undeniable, literally incredible. That is what Raja Casablanca is. But when we get teams achieving such feats, for me, it tells me about what is happening behind the scenes, Adilani. And one thing that you'll see with Raja Casablanca is the community of the technical team.
Yes.
We normally talk about the telepathy that we need within the players because it's easier for them to play because they know each other. But the telepathy that happens behind the scenes, I think, is something completely different. Yusuf Zimbabwe did work with Fadlu Davis in South Africa.
Yes. I was about to point that out, that they have a well-oiled machine behind them. The German coach, the South African assistant coach, they're doing a fantastic job.
Not forgetting the analysts as well, right? We also have Doreen, who, you know, and I hope I'm saying his surname right, Wilkin. He's also someone who I'm just like, this is absolutely incredible.
Yes, I know you're going to big up the South Africans behind the machine, and rightfully so. And
not necessarily the South Africans, right? But those who have plied their trade in South Africa. Right. For me, it's always the thing like, I wish the PSL had grabbed that opportunity. I wish we just were a little bit more patient, or when Yusuf Zimbabwe asked for resources, if he did not, or if he did, just give them to him because clearly he knows what he's doing.
Yes, incredible. I wrote a few notes about basically what changed with Raja Casablanca.
Let me know.
First of all, the mindset. They transformed the club's DNA, and also, you know, the playing style. I felt like Raja Casablanca this time had a more possession-based style.
Attacking football is what they really played.
Dominating opponents, keeping them pinned into their own half, and also their goalkeeper was actively participating in the build-up play. And the third thing is consistency. I've always said a team needs to be consistent if you're going to go a whole season unbeaten like they did. And despite all the challenges on the road, they just managed to play beautiful football.
Yeah. But right, it also goes back to us too. They have to stay strong. Their bodies, they can literally feel like their bodies are tired, they're done. But who's the voice in the background telling them to keep going? And that is the technical team.
Yes,
so big ups to the technical team.
Yeah. When you win 21 matches and only draw 9.
That is insane.
They drew all their games away from home and made sure they won all their games at home. Well done to them.
Yep, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, from fifth to first. If you are someone who uses analogies in football, you would really understand that even if you didn't achieve your dreams this year, you still have next year to yet try again. Now, the Africa Cup of Nations awaits, and it's going to take place in the year 2025. Dr. Patrice Motsepe has announced the dates. Adelane, we currently have the Euros taking place, and I'm just like, do we need the Afcon every 2 years? Could it not just take place like the Euros every 4 years?
Well, for me, I liked it every 2 years because it's giving African teams a chance to get better and better and better. And I felt like every 2 years, it makes it more prestigious for me because now teams like Morocco are trying to get back to, North African teams are trying to get back to winning ways on the continent. They don't like what happened in Ivory Coast. They have another 2 years to make sure like they get their house in order. But 4 years makes it, even more something we're looking forward to. Like the World Cup, the European Cup, when it's happening every 4 years, you have the anticipation. But 2 years on the African continent, we need to get our standards up to match the rest of the world.
I will say this, more game time is better than no game time.
Yes.
But the fact that now our associations on the African continent then have to somewhat fight with the players, fight with other associations in Europe and across the world because we are getting involved and mixing up, because when we want our players, sometimes the leagues are still on,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And we'll have that conversation when we come back, because I'm not saying let's stop the Afcon. I'm just saying let's try and make it a little bit more feasible, or can the world adjust to us?